Gunther Stoll, a 34-year-old unemployed man residing in Anzhausen, Germany with his wife, experienced a period of acute paranoia in the time leading up to a tragic evening. During this time, he frequently confided in his wife about his fears, often alluding to a mysterious group he referred to as them or those. Regrettably, he never provided clear details about these suspicions, aside from stating that they're on my tail and implying that these individuals harbored potentially harmful intentions. It was evident that Gunther lived in constant fear for his life, though the identity of they remained unexplained, and there was no concrete evidence to support the existence of the shadowy figures he believed were following him. In 1984, Gunther's relentless struggle with paranoid thoughts began, and as the year unfolded, his condition worsened. These fears reached their climax on a peaceful evening, October 25, 1984. Gunther and his wife were unwinding at their family home when, just before 11 p.m., he abruptly stood up and exclaimed, "Now I get it." He hastily jotted down 6 letters on a piece of paper, spelling out the word YOGTZE, only to cross it out and hastily depart from their home. Leaving his house, Gunther headed straight to his favorite pub in Wilnsdorf, Germany, at around 11 p.m. Upon arrival, he ordered a beer but then unexpectedly collapsed, losing consciousness and injuring his face as he hit the floor. Witnesses noted that he hadn't touched his beer, and he didn't appear intoxicated when he entered the pub, leading to the belief that he was not under the influence of alcohol. Upon regaining consciousness, he told the innkeeper and other patrons that he had suddenly gone. Following this bizarre episode, he promptly left the pub and drove away in his light blue VW Golf. His next known movements were around 1 a.m. when he appeared in Heigerseelbach, where he grew up. Heigerseelbach is approximately 6 miles from the pub, so the time between leaving the pub and his appearance in Heigerseelbach are unaccounted for and is still a mystery. He paid a visit to an acquaintance, an elderly woman from his childhood who lived near his parents' house and was known for her strong religious beliefs. The woman felt uncomfortable with Stoll's unexpected arrival at her home in the middle of the night, so she didn't allow him inside. However, she permitted him to share his thoughts on her patio. Gunther confided in her, expressing his foreboding about a terrible event that he believed would occur that night, saying, "Something's going to happen tonight, something pretty terrifying." Due to the early hour of his visit and his confused demeanor, the elderly woman suggested he go to his parents' house and talk to them, but Stoll refused, believing they wouldn't comprehend his concerns. Instead, he stated his intention to return home and speak with his wife, and then he departed. Around 3 a.m., Gunther Stoll's car was discovered by 2 truck drivers near the Hagen Süd exit, a distance of over 100 kilometers from Heigerseelbach. The vehicle had crashed into a trench. Both truck drivers later testified that they had seen an injured person wearing a white jacket walking near the crashed car, but this individual left the scene before authorities arrived. One of the truck drivers went to contact law enforcement, while the other checked on the wreckage and found Stoll inside, in a severely injured state and without clothing. To their shock, he was naked, covered in blood, and barely conscious. Stoll managed to explain that he had been traveling with 4 strangers who had beaten him loose. When asked if these strangers were his friends, he denied it. Tragically, on the way to the hospital, Gunther Stoll succumbed to his injuries. Detectives, during the subsequent investigation, began to suspect that this incident was far from a routine traffic accident. The discovery of Gunther Stoll's naked body raised significant questions and concerns. His injuries did not align with the circumstances in which his car was found, indicating that he had been injured elsewhere before the accident, and then placed in his car afterward, and driven to the location where he was eventually discovered. It appeared that at some point, he had either been made to remove his clothes or had chosen to strip naked. Additionally, he seemed to have been hit by another vehicle before being placed in his own car. Whether he was put in his Volkswagen before or after it crashed remains unclear. Further complicating the investigation, other drivers reported sightings of a hitchhiker near the location where Stoll was found, but neither this person nor the man seen wearing the white jacket has ever been formally identified. Some witnesses also reported seeing a pickup truck at the ramp, but this vehicle was never located. These mysteries surrounding the incident added layers of complexity to the case, suggesting that there might be more to the story than initially met the eye. The death of Gunther Stoll was officially classified as a murder by German police, and to this day the case remains unsolved. Various theories have been proposed to explain the sequence of events that led to Stoll's tragic demise. Some suggest that much of what happened might be linked to his mental illness, including the seemingly random letters he jotted down, his fall at the pub, and even the act of stripping naked. It's conceivable that he undressed and accidentally got hit by a vehicle. Subsequently, the driver could have placed his body back in his car and staged the scene to make it look like an accident. Interestingly, Stoll's wife claimed to have discarded the note from the night of his death, but a copy was reconstructed based on her recollection. It has been proposed that the G in YOGTZE was actually intended to be the number 6, forming the call sign of a Romanian radio station, YO6TZE, although it has never been conclusively linked to the events of that night. On April 12, 1985, the case was featured on the popular German television show Case File XY, and it has since become one of the most enigmatic cases in German criminal history. The lead investigator diligently pursued over 1,200 leads, but none of them led to a definitive conclusion. However, the case is revisited by the Attorney General's office every year in the hopes of finally solving it. The case was also highlighted in the German magazine Stern in 2017, and it continues to captivate the public's imagination. Amateur detectives and enthusiasts still debate the meaning of Stoll's YOGTZE note, believing that it must hold some significance that could potentially explain his unsolved death. His tragic and bewildering story, with its inexplicable elements, has captured the imaginations of many, sparking discussions and theories that seek to unravel the secrets behind his demise. As we ponder the cryptic note and the strange circumstances of that fateful night, we are reminded of the enduring quest for answers in the face of uncertainty. Gunther Stoll's case remains an open chapter in German criminal history, a haunting reminder that some mysteries may defy resolution. It endures as a testament to the complexities of the human mind and the enduring pursuit of truth. While the case remains unsolved, the hope to one day uncover the full story persists, and the questions surrounding Stoll's death continue to resonate in the annals of unsolved mysteries. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.